Yo, what's up, guys? Today I'm gonna take you through my home network, which consists of Alta Labs gear, and I'll say this throughout the video, but thank you so much to Alta Labs for sending me this gear, and we'll talk about that more later in the video. So my internet is AT&T Fiber, which comes into this box over Cat 5e from my fiber box, and that's my modem. That goes into the Alta Labs Route 10, which is a 10 gigabit router with 2 WAN ports. The WAN port I'm using is on the very right, and I wanted to thank TrendNet for sending me both of those SFP Plus modules. So my AT&T modem goes into that right port. And then the second one right beside it goes to an Alta Labs switch, which we'll get to in a second. And then going on down the line, the second Ethernet port goes to our AP, and then the last one through our Apple TV. Now, let's talk about Wi-Fi. Alta Labs sent me an AP6 Pro, which, as the name implies, it's a Wi-Fi 6 access point that covers this house perfectly. Now, it doesn't have 6 gigahertz. I've heard that they may be coming out with a 6 gigahertz model, so I'll be happy to get my hands on that. But 2.4 and 5 gigahertz are plenty for our house, and we get good coverage everywhere. Now, I talked about that Alta Labs switch, and that's over at my desk. So what do you say we wrap up the video talking about maybe my favorite Alta Labs product I own? Let's go. Alright, so we're here on my desk gonna talk about the Alta Labs S8 PoE. It's an 8-port switch, which is gigabit, and it has 4 PoE ports. Now, on the very right, it's the uplink from the Route 10, and then right beside it is my Mac Mini, and then the last one goes to my ASUS store now, so I can back up all my footage. So, as the name implies, the first 4 ports all have PoE, and before I talk about that, I forgot to mention, on the Route 10, there's 2 PoE ports. One is going to that AP6 Pro that covers Wi-Fi. But having 4 PoE ports on my desk and even non-PoE ports is very helpful because I do a lot of network testing, and as with this video, I'm getting into network reviewing, so having this is very handy. Now, it may look like it's off, but it actually isn't. Ultra Labs has a cool feature where you can turn the link light and the top LED off. And because this is my bedroom, that is super helpful for me. So this was my S8 PoE, my favorite product that I own from them. Let's wrap up the video talking about Ultra Labs themselves. Alright, so I reviewed Ubiquiti in the past, and yes, Ultra Labs is a competitor, but they knew I reviewed Ubiquiti, and they still decided to sponsor me. Now, which one do I think is better? I actually think they're equal. However, Ultra Labs has the benefit of being a small company, so they can have a lot of time to innovate and take customer feedback. And let me tell you, the guys at Ultra are some of the nicest people you'll meet. I mean, Landon, Chase, and Jeff. Chase and Jeff are the CEO and CTO, and they welcome a lot of feedback, which I love. And Landon, who sent me all this, thank you so much. I look forward to working with Ultra in the future. If you want to get your hands on some of this amazing gear or learn more about it, I'll have links in the description. And again, thank you, Ultra Labs, and I'll see you in the next video.